what could he have done better, in your opinion, based solely on your experience? What could he have done better?
Um, Show me that he cares, that I am an important part of his life, regardless of what happened between him and my mom. That it's not my fault, not to give me. Because with this, when you don't reach to your child, I think when especially teenagers, we go through different emotions, right? We
Yes.
go through different hormones, different things going on in our mind. And I think that's the time
Yes.
when I felt like he betrayed me and everything is my fault at the same time. Does this bother you?
No, I think if there is a need, if there's a need for you to attend to them, I wouldn't mind. If Are they okay?
Well, I hope so. They're a bit upset, but they're gonna be fine.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. That's a very important point that you raised there. If he had been around, he would have been able to show you things in a very different way than,
You know what?
I mean, from.
I think as a child, that's all you actually want. I mean, I know, like, I've lived in an African culture now for some time, so if I may bring this in, like the difference, right? You see a father
Mhm.
a lot of times as like that main financial provider, and
Good.
that's how you grew up. That's how your culture is. But for me, I see a father figure of much deeper level than, I mean, financially. Yes, okay, but we have mothers in our cultures that are working hard as well. So if father doesn't, a mom will. You know what I mean? Like they will
Yes.
meet halfway and just provide it for you. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
so
The the thing is that even in an African family, if they both work, they still manage to find that time to be there for their family, for their kids. What I really believe is that when two people are together as a parent, like what most researches have shown psychologically and otherwise, a nuclear family composed of two parents is the best environment for a child to grow. That is why, irrespective of our position concerning divorce and otherwise, it is still encouraged today for two people to stay together, find a way to figure out their problem for the sake of their kids. This has been a standard over the years in the Africa culture. And although it's changing, because today we are really very selfish, there is an amount of selfishness
mhm.
garnished with this slogan or idea of self-care, mental health. I'm not trying to underestimate mental health whatsoever. So what I'm just trying to say is that from whatever justification that we could come up with this time around to separate as a family, in this particular case, for selfish reason, we do it. We no longer have that patience anymore. And I think the law as well also do not help us to some extent. One thing is to have a right. Another thing is to try to build that knowledge or emphasize the importance of duty with the rights that we have as well. If you have a child, I think it is your duty as a parent to put the well-being and welfare of that child as foremost.
Definitely, when it comes to welfare and like security in general and whatever, yes. But for example, I am grateful that the
Mhm.
separation happened, because I
Good.
know that if he stayed with my mom, I wouldn't know a happy family. And I rather than have a separated family and know a happy me and mom than having to live in a fear of when the explosion is gonna occur.
Good.
So I don't know. I still sometimes get jealous, and that's like really, really childish of me to say. Um, when I hear like stories even of younger kids and they separated, but I hear how the father is still that, a role in a life.
Mm.
He calls a child, he takes a child for holidays, he buys child, I don't know, a new iPhone. You get what I mean? Because I never had that.
Yeah.
And I always say, and maybe that's why I'm also a little bit more pushy on my husband alone, because I'm always telling him, listen, life's too short, kids are gonna grow up, put the effort in now. And I'm keep pushing, pushing, pushing because of my own experience, right?
Yes. That's
So
so true. The but the fact still remain, if he had been there, things would have been different. I think that is what I'm able to figure out from your discussion so far. If he had been there, it would have been a very different ball game entirely for you.
yeah,
But he wasn't there.